Hello and welcome to another edition of Marriott MBA Today. I'm your host, Jacob Hicks. I'm here with Shawn Hallam, one of my first semester core classmates last fall. Great to be back with you, Shawn.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you for your time and excited to learn more about your summer 2013.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
interned at GE.
Yep, yeah. So I was with GE in their healthcare business in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, doing an HR internship out there.
Wow. Milwaukee, ever been there before?
I had never been to the Midwest before. It was my first time, so it was fun.
You liked Milwaukee then?
I did, yeah. It was a good time.
Regardless of how good the Bucks are, it
Right.
was fortunately
They've got the
summer
Brewers,
anyways, right?
Right,
So Brewers.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Regardless of Jason Braun's news,
I
Milwaukee
know.
still treated you
It
okay?
was a sad day for Milwaukee, but I still had a good time.
Good. And GE, lots of divisions, one of the world's largest companies. You were in the healthcare division. What led you that direction?
Yeah, great question. I think one of the things that was important to me as I was choosing where I wanted to go for an internship was going with a company or an organization where I felt like I could buy into the purpose of what we were doing. And I felt like with healthcare and kind of the goals of GE Healthcare were in line with me being able to buy into what it was we were doing, kind of get excited about what we were trying to do at GE Healthcare.
Dynamic industry, and
Yeah, very much.
you were on the cusp. That's
Yeah.
great. So what did you do this summer? You were in HR, you said.
Yep. I was in an organization and talent development function. So all of my projects were around developing high potential talent there at GE.
And did you get to interface with some of this high potential talent?
Yep, I did, yeah. So we have several different systems in place to identify some of these high potential folks. And a lot of those projects, like I said, were around what we could do to help them to progress in their careers, to get ready for that next job, or to position themselves, for their career path that they've chosen. And it was a lot of fun to be able to interact with some of them, but also to be able to roll out some programs more at the macro level that would affect not just everyone in the current pool, but also future generations, just to help build out the overall talent development within GE.
Certainly a company that has long-term vision and rolling something out that could last a long time. That's got to be pretty liberating this summer.
Definitely, yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I'm sure we have a lot of first years who have interest in GE, and looking back at your experience and the interview process, any tips or counsel for our first years thinking about GE?
Yeah, great question. I think that showing a passion for whatever it is that the organization does, and obviously in my case with GE, showing a passion for GE, a very large company. A lot of the initiatives that GE is involved in is at the global scale. How can we help to develop nations by bringing power and water, transportation, healthcare? Showing an interest in that, and then specifically choosing one of the 8 GE businesses that you might have more interest in than another. And as I mentioned, for me, that was healthcare, just having that interest in the healthcare industry, but having a focus of what it is that you might want to do within GE, I think, helped me throughout the interview process, and certainly would help anyone that's interested in a position there at GE.
And one of the draws for GE, of course, is the really prestigious HRLP program there, kind of the mothership of HR development leadership programs. Are you planning on going back, being a part of that?
I am, yep, yeah. So I've already accepted full-time, so I'm going to go back starting next summer in the HRLP program, and I'm excited to be a part of that. It's 3 8-month rotations that I'll have a chance to do things within the HR function, but additionally within other functions in the business, whether it might be operations or a finance function, to be able to get that exposure to the business as well.
Well, they'd love you in any of those functions, I'm sure, Mr. Finance undergrad.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm excited to be there, and it's a great company to go back to.
Yeah. Well, Shawn, we're looking forward to great news from you in the years to come at that HRLP. Congrats on accepting. That's got to feel good, and wonderful to reconnect with you a year later. Maybe slightly wiser, the two of us, but either way,
maybe a little.
Still fun and tight friends. Great to be with you.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Marriott MBA Today.